Welcome back, everyone, to Bay Sunday. Okay, how about a little jazz to brighten your Sunday? Our next guest is an accomplished vocalist who just loves performing vintage jazz from the 30s and 40s. And she's a young heart, too, with a rich spiritual tone and personable honesty. Amanda King, welcome to the show. And I should say, happy belated birthday to you.
Thank
just
you
celebrated
very much.
one.
Yes, I did.
You
yes.
got to be a youngster.
Uh-huh.
We'll leave it at that. But for a youngster, where did you find your passion for sort of these old-style songs from the 30s and 40s?
You know, the themes are eternal. I mean, they talked about love, they talked about heartbreak, they talked about, you know, all the things that we're still experiencing today. And actually, they were going through it in some ways even more prevalently, you know, because the Great Depression and that kind of thing. I mean, so they really had to cut back. So
looking for something to make them feel good.
Exactly, yeah. And so these songs are just timeless, and they're beautifully written.
Did you listen to them in your home growing up?
You know, it's kind of funny. My mother graduated from Juilliard with top voice honors, and so she was a diva, essentially, you know. And so there was no way I was going to be a singer. And so I actually listened to Depeche Mode and Excess, you know, a bunch of other stuff. And it actually wasn't until, honestly, a Betty Grable movie called Pin-Up Girl from 1941. There's a song called Once Too Often, and I said, my God, one day I hope I can sing that.
All right, I'm not going to tell you become your mother then, right?
No, I haven't, really, I haven't.
Okay, I quickly want to get to a clip, a recent performance of yours from the Razz Room.
Yes.
Take a look.
Start to play, dance with me, make me sway, like a lazy ocean hugs the shore. Sway me smooth, sway me more, like a flower bending in the breeze. Dance with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me.
Oh, that is sexy, isn't it?
Thank you.
You
It's
get in the
actually
mood, huh? Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah
yes,
Vaughan.
absolutely.
What, you know, what is it about these particular artists?
Those ladies were pioneers. I mean, they really, they were pioneers, but there were actually women before them that were even more so pioneers. But these ladies really brought the A game and took these songs that were actually Tin Pan Alley songs, you know, from the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and made them into the jazz standards that they are today. And so they just took it to a whole new level. And so, I mean, my influences are Anita O'Day and Ella, of course, but also, you know, going way back to Blanche Calloway, who was Cab Calloway's older sister. A lot of people don't know that he had an older sister. And, yeah, so...
So talk about some of the songs that you sing in your next appearance at the Razz Room.
So in my next appearance at the Razz Room, called The Swing of Things, I've been doing 3 nights there, and so my last night is coming up this Monday. And I've used a different group of musicians each night, and it's just songs that I love to swing and sing, and it's just kind of an amalgamation. It's, you know, songs I love to sing.
Well,
so.
I think what I love so much about jazz is the willingness of stars and artists like you to collaborate with each other. It's not a competition, it's a collaboration.
No, it shouldn't be a competition at all.
And that's great that you're going to have so many different musicians and artists with your show. If there is one particular jazz artist from past or present that you'd like to perform with, who would that be?
Wow, from the past,
Think
I would
about
have...
it.
Thinking cap, thinking cap. Actually, you know what? I'll say Mildred Bailey, and she's passed on now. She died in 1951, but she was one of the first ladies of swing, and you know, she didn't get her due because back in the 30s when she was singing, she was white, but she sang like a black woman, and back then that wasn't the best thing to be popular. Plus, she was a bigger lady, and that visually wasn't the best thing to be popular. But you know, she was fabulous, and she died young, unfortunately. So many of them did, so I hope not to follow in those footsteps.
No, but you can certainly channel, I think, her passion and her music,
and her swing. Sure. I mean, she just brought, there's no words. It's just, she brought a subtle nuance and energy to songs that a lot of other people didn't.
What feelings or mood do you want your audience to take away from after watching one of your performances?
After one of my shows, I want people to have a sense of happiness and a sense of real feeling and understanding of the power of good music and good lyrics. Because, you know, a lot of people ask me, are you jazz or are you cabaret? And, you know, some people seem to think there's a fine line because jazz is supposed to focus more on the music and cabaret focuses more on the words. I think both are very, very, very important to a song. And a song doesn't speak to me, and I won't sing it unless I love both the words and the music, because every song tells a story, and I just want to share those stories.
And it's just, it's so interesting to hear that after all these years saying you would never ever be a singer, now you are. What does your mom say?
She's like, yay. She's my biggest champion, and I'm so very thrilled to have her. And she's also grandma to my son, so she's, you know, doing double duty.
Oh, that is wonderful. Amanda, thank you so much. Amanda King here, and you'll be performing at the Raz Room,
Yes,
Hotel
Monday night.
Nico's Raz Room this Monday, May 16th. And for more information on her appearance, you can log on to therazroom.com. And when we come back, a Bay Area journalist has now written a book about the Hans Reiser trial. He's going to join us to talk about it. And Amanda, will you go ahead and sing us out to break Night in Tunisia?
I will. The moon is the same moon above you, aglow in its cool evening light, but shining at night in Tunisia, never does it shine so bright. The stars are aglow in the heavens, but only the wise understand that shining at night in Tunisia, they guide you through the desert sand. Oh, those words.